Okay, sorry I'm back. I had to get my meter. And this is my meter. I just bought this. I do not work for Fluke. I do not get paid by Fluke, but I like their meters and their safety tools. Very good company, and it's very reliable. Not as cheap though as other brands, but if you want to be sure you're working with good equipment, as a professional, I like to buy what's good. So I'm going to show you here. So here we have volts AC, the squiggly line. And then we have volts DC, right here. Then we have millivolts, which is just for very small voltages. Ohms, so you can measure your ohms, resistance to current. And then we have this looks like a little speaker, so that'll show you if you want to check your continuity. It beeps if you have a closed switch, it stays open if you don't. Really cool. And then we have a diode and capacitor tester. And we have amps if you buy the separate amp clamp, which you can plug in here, and you can put it on a wire and see how much current is going through it. And then we got amps DC, which you need to put in series with your load. And this one has a cool thing, is a volt alert, so it can also check power. So if you don't have your volt tick, you just can use that. And then I'll tell you the first setting, the auto VLOZ, is for measuring DC or AC. It'll automatically change, and it filters any power that's being induced into your system, so you get a more accurate reading. Really cool. So this is my first tool that is the second tool, I guess. The volt tick is very important for safety, and that's how you stay alive. So you want to make sure there's no power whenever you're working on electrical, unless you're doing testing. Okay, so enough of that. That was just something I wanted to go over a bit. And yeah. So the next thing is I would like to talk about some of my experience. So started in '96 as an electrical apprentice, doing construction, was building some Zellers and lots of commercial buildings. Worked for a guy for 3 years, then the company went bankrupt and had to find a new job. It's very volatile in Alberta in the trades. Companies come and go. If they have lots of work, they'll hire you, and if not, you get laid off. So it's very hard, and there's a lot of electricians. It's a very saturated trade, especially in Alberta. So after 20 years of doing electrical, I said, I'm tired of getting laid off every time I finish a project. So I decided, and then my friend was a HVAC, or refrigeration air conditioning mechanic, and he's like, "Oh, Chris, you're a hard worker and you're smart. You should do this job, and it pays better, and you get to learn about how all fans, air conditioning, heating, radiant heat, gas heat, electrical heat, and air conditioning using glycol chillers, like a dry chiller, you know, DX cooling using a TX valve and a outdoor condenser. And yeah, it's really, really interesting trade, and I highly recommend it for any young people that are wanting to get into trades. However, you do have to be good at math. You can't be scared of heights because you're on a roof all the time, and you also have to know a lot about safety and electrical, which they train you in school. So I went for my training mostly all in Calgary at SAIT. Awesome school. Highly recommend SAIT. Or NAIT, which is in Edmonton. Also, yeah, it's a really good way to make a living and have a good life, but you still got to work hard. So don't think it's just easy. It's a lot of hard work, but there is a financial reward. And you also, if you start your own company, wow, sky's the limit. You can be a millionaire, or you can be just, you know, making it by, depending on how much effort you want to put in, just like anything in life. Okay, so that's enough about the electrical and HVAC. So now I wanted to talk a bit about your chakras, your inner energy. So this is a bit of a different topic. So if you're not interested in this, you can go ahead and turn off the video or whatever. And if you would actually give me a like and subscribe to my channel, I would love that. I appreciate all of you. Thanks for watching my videos. I appreciate any input you want to give, good or bad. I don't discern between those two. I always take all the advice that I can, unless you're being, you know, belligerent. Then I probably wouldn't take much faith in what you have to say. Okay? So, first I would like to talk about, oh yeah, how many chakras there are. There's 7. So we start at your root chakra, which is at the base, you know, of your torso, and it has to do with your base of your spine. It's at the base of your spine, and and it's your survival chakra, your base root foundation. So it's very important. Next is your orange, and it's red. So all these chakras have colors corresponding to them, and it's just like the rainbow. There's 7 colors and there's 7 chakras. So the next one is your orange chakra, which is your sacral chakra, and that's to do with your sexual energy. And let's leave it at that. Today we're just going to go over the names of them, and then I'll go in later episodes over what each one does and how to balance them and what you need to do. So next is our yellow chakra, which is your solar plexus, which is your gut right here, and it's your wisdom, gut instinct, right? And then you got yellow, which is in your right here in your abdominal muscles, and that's in your stomach. And it has to do with wisdom and gut instincts. Yes. So that's that one. And then your next one is your heart, which is here in the center. And it's got to do it regulates your emotions, and it's green. And love is one of them, right? That's one of the strongest emotions is love. So then you got your throat chakra, which is blue, and it's going to be dealing with your communication and your ability to communicate, your ability or not communicate, like if you got to keep secrets from everyone because you're, not balanced, there may be something wrong with your throat chakra. Okay, and then now we got the third eye, which is the pineal gland and the pituitary gland. And that's to do with your inner wisdom, higher self, and your connection to your higher self. And it is blue, right? Oh, no, that's, indigo. Third eye is indigo. Throat chakra is blue. So then you got your violet, which is about a foot above or, 30 centimeters above your head, is your crown chakra. So, yeah, there's, 7 chakras: root, sacral, solar plexus, heart, throat, third eye, and your crown. So that's my introduction to the chakras. And then I would like to just talk briefly about how to start balancing your chakras. So the first thing I like to do when I'm having stress, which I've had a lot of experience. I was married 25 years. My wife left me. It was very emotional for me. I thought I would be with her forever. It just was devastating. Made me very emotional. So one of the tools I used to help me calm down with my emotions and sleep was breath work. So I like to use the 3, 6, 9 method. There's all kinds of methods, but let's do a little session here and I'll show you a bit about. So just relax, maybe close your eyes, breathe out, then 3 seconds in, hold for 6 seconds, and breathe out for 9 seconds. Then breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Hold 6 seconds and release. And that's basically how I do it. And you want to do this at least 5 times so you can get balance. And I recommend maybe starting it out with a minute or 2 of just breath work. And then you could go start into your meditations. So this is all I have today. Again, thank you very much for watching my channel. I love you all. Just want to say thank you for watching. Please give me a thumbs up or a comment or subscribe. That'd be great. We We always love new subscribers. And everybody just have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.